Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Hey all, today's videos are sponsored by Glorious Hat. Go to glorioushat.com and you get your Kami Obama hat. GloriousHat.com, not joking, check it out. Hey, so I'm a big fan of yours for some time. Also, I read your book, Bachelor Pad Economics. My issue is this. I'm a 22-year-old male currently serving in the Israeli military. I just finished 3 years off of my conscription service and began 2.5 years of career service I signed up for too. It's a program where one signs a contract with the military to serve an additional 2.5 years in exchange for training in a profession, usually in the IT field. My field is programming. It was basically like this. I started in high school by taking the programming classes. Later in my senior year, I was offered this program. It required me to postpone my service by a year and signing up to a college to get a sort of associate's degree in programming, which isn't worth much in terms of employment, but it was part of the deal, and at least it gives me extra cash in my paycheck now. Yeah, you're killing it. After college, I was given an extra 3 months of programming training by the military itself. At the end, you're considered a real military programmer, and this actually has a lot of employment prospect in the Israeli IT industry, even without a degree. There's no problem. During my 3 years of service so far, I was mostly screwed over professionally. Some of us military programmers need to do boring and not very challenging things like fixing bugs, which actually can be pretty challenging sometimes, and maintenance. Well, that's programming, dude. Programming is not like redheads with big tits come running around and you get to motorboat them, okay? And then, oh, here's a computer, by the way. That's not how it is. That's why programmers are typically in demand, because it's boring work. Also, about half the time I was doing practically nothing thanks to my dickhead commanders. So now I'm getting paid finally and owe nothing to the state by law except for the contract. I'm thinking seriously about intentionally getting fired and going the private sector route. Right now, I'm paid $15,000 a year, which is jack shit in Israel, especially if you consider the fact that our CPI is much bigger than yours in the States. The Israeli IT industry can't get enough programmers, and so we are constantly bombarded by HR cunts with job offers. I've already been offered about $60,000 a year in the private sector. With the 3 years of experience I have now, during the 3 years as conscript, it's nearly impossible to get out of the system, but when one is in the career phase, it's just like breaking a contract with an employer. Only that you could get yourself to military prison and other penalties. Oh, is that all? They just send you to the clink? That it? Hiltz Kula. Somebody let me know if you know where that movie's from. I'll be impressed if someone can get that one. Be an older gentleman that gets that. Hiltz Kula. Captain Hiltz. Not one woman's going to get that one, though. None of which leave you with record outside, not even the army prison. Now, the dilemma is this. Should I try to force my way out of the system? I hate it a lot. Can't stand the military guys. The duty's the low pay. But on the other hand, it does allow me to save money. It's the first time in my life I have the opportunity to truly save money for my goals, primarily retiring by age 45 and living off of my portfolio. Also, no one obviously assures me I'll have a job out there. I still live with my parents, so I won't starve, but I could lose that income for which I barely work these days. There's also another option which sounds great to me. I can go rogue and become a bad serviceman. Oh, these are just great ideas. Are you that much of a dipshit? Are you really that fucking stupid? Yeah, like the Israelis don't have any ability of tracking you down. It's not like they got you guys are surrounded by, enemies all over the place and they don't have any surveillance. None whatsoever. I mean, they're not gonna... this is like trying to escape the fucking... the Keystone Cops back in 1910. You'll get away fine. They won't find you. Starting doing poor jobs so the commanders won't load me with more than a handful of tasks a week. It would allow me to stay in the system and getting my paychecks, plus a lot of extra time to work on my computer science degree, on which I started working right now as the military started paying me. I really don't want to do more hard work for the military. I've had enough of it. If I stay for the next 2.5 years, it's only going to be in the shitty serviceman role and collecting those easy paychecks. The Navy won't kick me out even if I am to do that. It's desperate for experience, as it is that desperate for experienced IT manpower. Even if I wouldn't be able to find a job, and I see no reason for that, I could just go full-time in the university. Tuition costs in Israel is absolutely no problem. Healthcare either. That's it. Okay, look, dipshit. do you want to be a man or do you want to be a fucking limp dick, faggoty, fuck asshole? And that's not to insult gays. You signed a contract, you said you're going to do it. And you think you're missing out on shit? Now, you might be like $60,000 a year, but the military trained you. That was the whole fucking deal going into this. You're going to get trained. They're going to give you a little spoiled little rotten ass food, clothing, and shelter. And then when you come out, after you put you in those extra 2.5 years, boom, you go work in the private sector. And here you are, looking to go AWOL, get booed out of the military. I don't know what they call it in Israel, but you're like looking to get dishonorably discharged. You're a fucking idiot. No, you're going to stay in that fucking military. You're going to honor your goddamn contract. You're going to do the best you can fucking do. You're going to make your money. You're going to use the military to pay your fucking education. And then, like a fucking man, after you've honored your word, then you go into the IT. Don't worry, the IT industry ain't going anywhere. All right, you guys need it. Don't worry, it'll be there. Right? And don't worry, you'll be plenty programmed and trained up by that time. And the demand will probably still be there. But God almighty, I mean, this is like, I married my wife, and she gives me blowjobs and supports me and bore me children and works and did everything according to her contract and her vows. But I just, I'm sick of it and I want to, so how about can I fuck over the bitch? When can I divorce her? No. You're going to stay in there. You're going to man the fuck up. I don't want to hear from you again until you graduate from this fucking shit and you're out of the military, honorably discharged, or however the fuck it is that you get out of the military. But this all I'm going to do on a work stoppage, like the unions do here, or you start dragging your ass. Oh, fuck you. You fucking inferior piece of shit. All right, you either be a man or you be an inferior piece of shit. Up to NEI's going to suck. Programming sucks. Get used to it. All right? It's a lot worse than what you want to do, which is go AWOL, have the military after you, end up in jail. Oh, and you think you're gonna get a job after that? People look into your background. Oh, fuck, you'd be fucked. You're screwed, man. Stay there 2.5 years. I don't want to hear any more of it. Toodles.